In your previous math courses, you have studied different kinds of functions and their properties. So we call this as the mathematical modeling. In this lesson, we will use functions to model specific problems. Now let's take a look at this example. A sidewalk vendor sells umbrellas at 150 pesos per piece. How much money would the vendor have after selling X pieces of umbrellas? So for our solution, let us represent the total amount of money to be U after selling X number of umbrellas. Therefore, U of X is equal to 150X. Kasi diba, 150 times kung ilang pieces of umbrellas lang. Kunwari, ang X natin ay 20. So, 20 ang nabenta niyang umbrellas. Magkano ang kanyang money? So, U of 20 is equal to 150 times 20 or that is 3,000. Say, 85 naman ang nabenta niyang umbrellas. So, we have 150 times 85, that is 12,750. Lawrence wants to buy a new bicycle. For this, his godmother gave him 2,000 pesos and he also saves money from his weekly allowance. If he saves 100 pesos every week, write a function that would represent his savings for the bicycle after T weeks. So we let B be the total amount of money after T weeks. Then B of X is equal to 2,000, ito yung binigay ng ninang niya, plus 100T, kung ilan mang weeks yon. So that is now the model for this problem. So kunwari, after 5 weeks, ilan na ang kanyang na-save? So we have B of 5 is equal to 2,000 plus 100 times 5, so that is 2,500. One side of a rectangular garden is adjacent to the wall of a building. If the garden is to be enclosed on 3 sides by 50 feet of fencing material, determine the garden's maximum possible area. So, ito yung itsura ng ating problem. So, ito yung wall, and then gagawa sila ng garden dito. And itong part lang na to ang malalagyan ng fence. Kasi hindi naman na pwedeng lagyan ng fence yung nasa wall na. So, for our solution, we let A be the maximum possible area, L be the length, and W be the width. So, in this case, ito yung length natin. Tapos, we have W's here. So, L plus 2W is equal to 50. So, since we know that L plus 2W is equal to 50, finding L in terms of W, we have L equals 50 minus 2W. Nilipat lang natin yung 2W sa kabila. So, the area now is equal to length times width, or our length is 50 minus 2W and our width is W. So we have 50 minus 2W times W, or that is 50W minus 2W squared, or negative 2W squared plus 50W. And ito yung itsura ng kanyang graph. Since we are looking for the maximum possible area, at ito ay isang parabola, saan ba nag-o-occur yung possible maximum area? At the vertex. Therefore, we need to find the vertex of the parabola. So, since we know that it is negative 2W squared plus 50W, the formula for the vertex is negative B over A, 4AC minus B squared over 4A. This is our H, and this is our K. So the width is equal to H, or that is negative 50 over negative 2, or 25. And what is that maximum possible area? That is our K. That is 4 times negative 2 times 0 minus 50 squared over 4 times negative 2, or that is 312.5. This 25 here, our H, this is the width that will give us the maximum possible area. And our 312.5 is our K, which is the maximum possible area at width equals 25. Therefore, the maximum possible area is 312.5 squared units. A man throws a ball off the top of a building and records the height of the ball at different times as shown in the table. Let's find the quadratic model for the data and use the model to estimate the height of the ball at 2.5 seconds and find the ball's maximum height. So in this case, given tayo nung mismong data, which is actually our x and y. So for our solution, we let y be the height and x be the time. Ano bang sinasabi nito? This x and y satisfies the quadratic equation y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Ibig sabihin, kapag naglagay tayo ng point dito na x and y, let's say 0, 46, so 0 yung x, y is 46, pwede nating makuha yung values ni a, ni b, at ni c. So, by using 0.46, syempre gamitin na natin yung mga madadali. 0.46, and then plugging it into the quadratic equation. So, we have 46 is equal to a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. So, 0 na itong dalawang to. C now is equal to 46. That is our equation number 1. Next is, gamitin naman natin yung ito, 163. At 163, so we have 63 equals a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c, or that is a plus b plus c equals 63. That is our second equation. And finally, eto naman, gamitin natin yung 3, 1 kasi yung mga maliliit na lang na numbers. Pero you can use naman 2 and 48. So we now have 1 equals a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus c. So that is 9a plus 3b plus c equals 1. That is our third equation. Now that we have these three equations, eto naman obviously isa lang to. So pwede natin siyang ilagay kay 2 at kay 3. So we have a plus b plus 46 equals 63. This results to a plus b equals 17. That is our equation number 4. Then in number 3, we have 9a plus 3b plus 46 equals 1. So we have 9a plus 3b equals negative 45. So that is our equation number 5. If we simplify that, divide everything by 3, we have 3a plus b equals negative 15. Now, by subtracting 4 and 5, we have a plus b equals 17 minus 3a plus b equals negative 15. So, a minus 3a is negative 2a. b minus b is 0. 17 minus negative 15 is 32. Dividing both sides by negative 2, we now have a equals negative 16. Since we know that a is equal to negative 16, so pwede natin ngayong i-substitute ito dito sa 4 to get b. So we have negative 16 plus b equals 17, or b equals 33. And we know that c is equal to 46. So meron na tayong value for a, for b, and for c. So we can now write the equation as y equals negative 16x squared plus 33x plus 46. So this is the quadratic model for the data. To answer letter B, since we know now the quadratic model, then we can plug in 2.5 seconds into x to find y, which is the height. Y equals negative 16 times 2.5 squared plus 33 times 2.5 plus 46. Or that is negative 16 times 6.25 plus 32 times 2.5 plus 46, or negative 100 plus 82.5 plus 46, that is 28.5 feet. And for letter C, since alam na natin yung ating quadratic model, then sabi ko nga kanina doon sa previous example natin, the maximum height is actually our K. And that is 4ac minus b squared over 4a, or that is 4 times negative 16 times 46 minus 33 squared over 4 times negative 16, or that is approximately equal to 63.02 feet. Nori wants to make a box with an open top from a rectangular piece of cardboard with dimensions 16 inches by 12 inches. She cuts equal squares from each corner of the cardboard. Write a function that models the volume of the box. So, una muna, i-visualize muna natin. Okay? So, ito yung 16 inches na length and yung width niya is 12 inches. Magkakat tayo dito ng square from each corner. And we let V be the volume and X be the length of the side of the square cut from each corner. So, bawat square dito, X yung dimension niya. So, X, X. So, ano na yung magiging width? That is now 12 minus 2x kasi dalawang x yung natanggal. And the length now is 16 minus 2x kasi dalawang x din yung natanggal. With that now, volume is equal to the length, which is 16 minus 2x, the width, which is 12 minus 2x, times x, which is now our height. Kasi kapag finold natin yan dyan, yung x natin, yun na yung magiging height ng box. Or that is 16x minus 12x squared times 12 minus 2x. So, pinasok si x dito sa length. Or that is now 192x minus 32x squared minus 24x squared plus 4x cubed. Or 4x cubed minus 56x squared plus 192x. A semicircle has a radius of 4 centimeters. Suppose a rectangle is inscribed in it. Write a function that models the area of the rectangle. So, tignan muna natin ano yung itsura ng ating problem. So, meron tayo ditong semicircle, tapos may naka-inscribe na rectangle. We let A be the area, L be the length of the rectangle, and W be the width. From the given, we know that the radius is 4 centimeters. So, dito hanggang doon, 4 centimeters. Dito hanggang dyan, 4 centimeters din. Hanggang dyan, 4 centimeters. Kasi nga, radius yon. So, dito hanggang dyan, 4 centimeters din. Pero bakit pinili ko itong part na to? To show the radius na 4. Kasi if you look at this, pwede nating gamitin yung Pythagorean theorem. So, by Pythagorean theorem, we have L over 2 squared. Kasi ito yung buong length, di ba? So, we divide it by 2 kasi ito lang kailangan natin. So, we square that plus W squared is equal to 4 squared. Or that is L squared over 4 plus W squared equals 16. Since we already know that, by multiplying 4 to both sides, we have L squared plus 4W squared is equal to 64. Then, 4W squared now is equal to 64 minus L squared. Divided by 4, we have W squared equals 64 minus L squared over 4. Taking the square root, we have square root of 64 minus L squared over 4. We are only taking the positive. Kasi nga ang dimension naman natin is positive. The area now is equal to length times W. But W in terms of L is square root of 64 minus L squared over 4. So, area now is equal to L times the square root of 64 minus L squared over 4. Or that is, pag nilabas natin yung 4, that is L times square root of 64 minus L squared over 2. John subscribed to a 40 GB monthly data plan at 2,500. The company charges an additional 50 pesos for each gigabyte or part used on top of the monthly cap. Write an equation that represents the monthly bill of John. So we let M be the monthly bill and X be the monthly total of gigabytes used. So in this case, magiging isa siyang piecewise function. So we have M of X is equal to 2,500 whenever X is less than or equal to 40. Siyempre, pag sumobra na dyan sa 40, then meron nang dagdag na 50 pesos for each gigabyte or part. So that is, for X greater than 40, we have 2,500 plus 50 times the quantity, greatest integer of X minus 40. So, bakit ginamit natin yung greatest integer? Kasi diba sabi niya, or part. Ibig sabihin, kahit na 0.5 lang, considered yun as 1. Kaya, ginamit natin yan. A census for 2 years as reported by the Philippine Statistics Authority is shown in the table. Suppose the population of the Philippines grows exponentially. Write an equation that models it. So dito naman gagamit tayo ng exponential functions. We let P be the population and T be the number of years passed after 2010. So ibig sabihin, yung 2010 natin is our year 0, tapos yung 2019 is year 9 kasi 9 years na after 2010. So we have 0 and 93.14 as the first point and the second point as 9, 108.27. And our exponential function is y equals a times b raised to x. So ang gagawin natin ngayon, isa-substitute natin itong mga points na to dito sa x and y, and we will find the value of a and b. So that is p of t is equal to a times b raised to t. Since we know that, using the first point, so we have 93.14 is equal to a times b raised to 0, or a now is equal to 93.14. That is our first equation. For the second equation, we will use 9, 108.27, so we have 108.27 is equal to a times b raised to 9. By substituting the value of a here in 2, we have 108.27 equals 93.14 times b raised to 9, or that is 93.14 b raised to 9 equals 108.27. Dividing both sides by 93.14, we have 108.27 over 93.14. Then taking the ninth root, b now is equal to approximately equal to 1.02. So since we know that a is 93.14 and b is equal to 1.02, we can now write the equation as p of t is equal to 93.14 times 1.02 raised to t. In 2012, 50 tarsiers were introduced into a wildlife center in Bohol, Philippines. By 2018, the population grows to 150 tarsiers. If the population grows exponentially, write a function representing the situation. So for our solution, again, exponential ito. So we let t be the population of the tarsiers and x be the number of years passed after 2012. So we have 050 for 2012. Okay, this is for 2012. And for 2018, we have 6,150 kasi 6 years na ang nakalipas after 2012. And again, y is equal to ab raised to x, or that is p of x is equal to ab raised to x. Using our first point, a now is equal to 50, and using our second point, 150 is equal to ab raised to 6. By substituting the value of a here, then we have 150 is equal to 50b raised to 6. Dividing it by 50, we have b raised to 6 is equal to 3. Taking the sixth root of that, we have b is approximately equal to 1.20. Since a is 50, then t of x now is equal to 50 times 1.20 raised to x. A man invested 20,000 at a certain rate compounded annually, which would double his investment in 10 years. What is the annual rate of interest for this to happen, and how much will be his money after 12 years? So to answer A, we let R be the interest rate, and we know that the formula for the accumulated amount for a compounded interest is A equals P times 1 plus R over S raised to ST, where A is the accumulated amount, R is the rate of interest per annum, S is the number of conversions each year, P is the principal or capital, and T is the time in years. So using that, we now have 40,000. Ito yung A natin kasi sabi niya magdo-double daw yung investment in 10 years. So double yung 20,000. So we have 40,000 equals the principal is 20,000 times 1 plus R over 1 raised to 1 times 10. 1 ito kasi compounded annually siya. So we now have 2 equals 1 plus r raised to 10. We divide both sides by 20,000, kaya naging 2. Then, ito naman, r over 1 is just r. 1 times 10 is just equal to 10. So, taking the 10th root, that is 1 plus r is equal to 10th root of 2. Or, r now is equal to 10th root of 2 minus 1, or approximately equal to 0.0718 or 7.18%. So, that is now the annual rate of interest for that investment to double in 10 years. For letter B, since we know that r is equal to 0.0718, then we can now set up the equation as a equals 20,000 times 1 plus 0.0718 over 1 times 1 times 12, kasi 12 years na yung time niya. So the accumulated amount now is equal to 20,000 times 1.0718 raised to 12, or that is 20,000 times 2.298079, or approximately equal to 45,961.59. A radioactive substance contained in a bone is 160 milligrams, but after some time, it reduced to 90 milligrams. The half-life of this radioactive substance is 5,560 years. How old is the bone? So for our solution, we let t be the age of the bone in years. This is an example of exponential decay. So we will use the formula a equals a sub 0 times 2 raised to negative t over h, where a is the amount of the growing entity after some time, a sub 0 is the initial amount of the growing entity, t is the number of years passed, and h is the half-life of the entity. So using that, ang ating a now is 90, ang initial is 160, times 2 raised to negative t, kasi hindi natin alam ilang taon siya, over the half-life, which is 5560. Dividing both sides by 160, we have 2 raised to negative t over 5560 equals 90 over 160. Then, kasi kailangan ibaba natin yung t, di ba? So we need to get the logarithm of both sides. So log of 2 raised to negative t over 5560 is equal to log of 90 over 160. And, di ba pwede natin itong ibaba doon? Properties of logarithm. So we have negative t over 5560 log 2 is equal to log of 90 over 160. And, again, property of logarithm, kapag meron tayong quotient, pwede nating i-minus yung log. So we have negative t over 5560 log 2 is equal to log of 90 minus log 160. Or that is now, we divide both sides by log 2, we have negative t over 5560 equals log 90 minus log 160 over log 2. Then multiply by negative 5560, t now is equal to negative 5560 times negative 0.83007, or that is approximately equal to 4.615.22 years.